What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the Legends Desean Jackson and whether he's worth locking in, if you want Desean Jackson, when you should get him, as well as what's different between the wording on this Desean Jackson set as well as the Tim Tebow set. Now, as we do dive into this today, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, make sure you do smash that subscribe button as we're on the road towards 10,000 subscribers. So the first thing I want to do is read what this says and compare it to what Tim Tebow says. This says, collect one of each Season 2 Legends, Once Upon a Time champions, to receive one 93 overall Legends Season Champion Desean Jackson. Maximum one exchange, BND champions returned on completion. If you compare that to what it said in the Tim Tebow set, it's different. Tim Tebow says max one exchange, champions returned on completion. See the difference? Champions returned on completion compared to BND champions returned on completion. So, again, heading into the set last season, I thought that Tim Tebow you'd have to lock in those cards and you would not be able to get coins back. But you were able to get coins back last season. This season, it's different. You are no longer going to be able to get those coins back. And so just realize, if you do lock in this set for Desean Jackson, who is going to be one of the best receivers in the game, you are never getting these coins back. These coins are being locked in, and if you do want to buy these cards, it might be worth you doing now, or if you want to, getting those cards now. But for somebody like me, it's not worth it. And I'm not hating on anybody that goes and gets Desean Jackson, but when I've got Lacy, when I've got Ryan Williams, when I've got all of these great wide receivers, in my opinion, it is not worth it for me to get Desean Jackson. And so, yes, I had bought some of these cards, and I'm like, you know what? I think that it's a good investment for some of these cards. These cards might go up in price. But at the same time, it's like, this set is not something that I'm even going to do. And I think when people do realize that this set is going to cost, I don't know the exact number, but I think that this set is probably going to cost, I don't know, maybe like 2 million to 3 million coins, because the new cards are going to be extremely expensive. That's going to turn some people away. And am I going to say that everybody is going to be turned away? No, there's still some big ballers that are absolutely going to be locking this set in. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Some people are going to be locking the set in. But for somebody like myself, I'm not going to be locking the set in. So what would be the purpose of, me holding on to these cards, when who knows, a lot of people might lock the set in, but I do believe a lot of people aren't going to lock the set in as well. Like, when they do realize that it is B&D and that they're never going to be able to get, the coins back for those specific cards, I think that they are going to be turned off a little bit from that set. So that's just kind of my mindset with it, and how I'm looking at the set that is obviously coming. Like, I don't hate this set at all. I think this set is actually fine, because you are getting the best wide receiver in the game, and that the cost of it probably is relatively accurate as well. But knowing last season, we got the cards back from the Tim Tebow set. You were able to get those cards back, use Tim Tebow, and then sell the Tim Tebow. This season, it's different. You still are going to be able to, I believe, sell the Desean Jackson. I'd have to read the exact wording of it, like you were the Tim Tebow. But yes, you are locking in those cards. Those cards are not going to be so sellable. And again, this Desean Jackson is going to be sellable. So if you do want D-Jack, what I would do is buy him off the auction house. Instead of worrying about collecting these cards, getting them back BND, you could just buy Desean Jackson off the auction house if you really did want him, because eventually his price will go down. I'm just a believer. We've seen a lot of great wide receivers. We're going to continue to see good wide receivers. And for me to lock in all of those coins on Desean Jackson, it just does not add up or make a lot of sense, in my opinion. Now, if you do want Desean Jackson, I would not wait until Sunday to buy these cards. Like, these cards right now, because Sunday just happened, they're not super high in price. And so if you can get cards for a price that you're willing to pay, I don't hate the prices of a lot of these cards. Now, I will say this. I don't necessarily still think that Desean Jackson is going to be worth getting if I were you guys. But that's just all kind of my personal opinion and how I do look at the game. So that's just kind of me when I'm looking at this from an outsider's perspective. It's like, yeah, even if you want like Brian Bosworth, I mean, I think you're pretty safe if you want to just buy him to use him this week and then sell him back come Sunday. But the old saying of a big-time Legends crash coming this Sunday, that's not going to be the case. You are not going to see a big-time Legends crash come this weekend. You're just not, because of the Desean Jackson that is going to be coming on Sunday. So now I'm looking at things like I'm not in any hurry to sell my Legends cards. At some stage, I do want to eventually get rid of them. And I actually like some of those Legends cards and think a lot of them are worth their prices. But yeah, I honestly thought today I'd make the video saying, yeah, Desean Jackson is going to be worth getting because you're going to be able to sell all these cards back and, be perfect. But that's just not the case. You are not going to be able to sell the cards for Desean Jackson back. You're still going to be able to sell Desean Jackson. So, I mean, not all is lost. You're still getting the best wide receiver in the game if you are going to lock that in. But in my opinion, that's a lot of coins. I'm going to hold on to some of these Legends cards because I like using them. And I think there is a possibility that they go way up in price. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm not locking in for this Desean Jackson. I'm just not. I know coins come and go. But when I look at, is Braxton Miller more worth it or Desean Jackson? It's Braxton Miller. And quite honestly, guys, I don't think it's particularly close. So that's the way, again, I personally look at things. When I might pull another card out of this, who knows? Maybe level 60, I'll have some success. When I might, down the road, add some more, new wide receivers to the squad. I just have a really hard time locking in for that Desean Jackson. Just know he's coming, but know it's different wording from the Tim Tebow set. A lot of people might lock the set in and think that they are going to get all of those coins back, when in reality, guys, that is absolutely not the case. Now, what I do like to do, and what I would recommend you guys doing, is continue to try to save coins where you can. So if you have like an Aiden Garnes, try to get rid of him as soon as possible, just for the sole fact of you do not know what these prices are going to be like down the road. Like right now, 169,000 coins. I like Aiden Garnes, but I'll take that. Knowing down the road, I feel like the auction house is going to just be crazy. We should see an overall boost within the next couple of weeks as well. So yes, Desean Jackson is going to be wide receiver 1, but let yourself think about it and just think, is it worth it for you guys to get Desean Jackson, or would you guys be better served to, maybe use that elsewhere? Maybe you guys would be in a better position if, you didn't get Desean Jackson and spent those coins elsewhere. Because that's, I know for me, for a fact, that I will be way better served not spending up on Desean Jackson, saving those coins, and using them on somebody else. I will not be locking in Desean Jackson probably unless something changes in a big time way. So let me know your thoughts on the Desean Jackson that ultimately is going to be coming. I would not wait till Sunday to pick the cards up if you want Desean Jackson. Try to snipe him. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.